And now, a dramatic reading of Gone with the Wind by Sarah Witkowski. Scarlett O'Hara was not beautiful, but men seldom realized it when caught by her charm as the Tarleton twins were. In her face were too sharply blended the delicate features of her mother, a coast aristocrat of French descent, and the heavy ones of her florid Irish father.
Told Tommy, but she said, "But what about Boyd?"
He's kind of set on getting an education, and you two have pulled him out of the University of Virginia and Alabama and South Carolina and now Georgia. Why? The war goose! And anyway, the Yankees are too scared to fight us. There won't be any war, and I'm tired of hearing about it. Not going to be any war. Why, honey, of course there is going to be a war, said Stuart. The Yankees may be scared of us, but after the way General Beauregard shelled them out of Fort Sumter the day before yesterday, they'll have to fight or stand branded as cowards before the whole world. Why, the Confederacy... Scarlett made her mouth with bored impatience. If you say war, just once more, I'll go in the house and shut the door. Pa talks war morning, noon, and night, and all the gentlemen who come to see him shout about Fort Sumter and states' rights and Abe Lincoln till I get so bored I could scream. Having maneuvered them away from their boring subject of war, she went back with interest to their immediate situation. What did your mother say about you two being expelled again? The boys were enchanted, as she had intended them to be. You stand there, Scarlett O'Hara, and tell me that that land doesn't amount to anything. Scarlett nodded obstinate. Her heart was too sore to care whether or not she put her father in a temper. Land is the only thing in the world that amounts to anything, he shouted, his thick, short arms making wide gestures of indignation. Or, 'tis the only thing in this world that lasts, and you don't be forgetting it. 'Tis the only thing in the worth working for, worth fighting for, worth dying for. Throwing into. If you're so anxious to go, I won't stop you. Oh, I didn't mean it that way, darling, cried Melanie, flushing with distress. How thoughtless of me. You know I wouldn't leave you. You know I wouldn't leave you.
You know I wouldn't leave you. You know I wouldn't leave you.
Sherman will come back and burn it again. He won't be back, said Frank. Yet every man who could drag one foot after another. Do you know that when the Yankees were marching on Milledgeville, they called out the cadets from the military academies, no matter how young they were, and even opened the state penitentiary. I think it's wonderful, said Melanie softly. Well, I don't. Well, I don't, said Scarlett. But the men laughed. He drew a short breath and said lightly but softly, "My dear, I don't give a damn." She wondered forlornly if she had ever really understood anyone in the world. I won't think of it now, she thought grimly, summoning up her old charm. I'll go crazy if I think about losing him now. I'll think of it tomorrow. I can't let him go. There must be some way. Feeling the quiet hush of the country twilight coming over her like a benediction, she felt vaguely comforted. Fate, she raised her chin. She could get right back. She knew she could. There had never been a man she couldn't get once she set her mind upon him. I'll think of it tomorrow at Tara. I can't stand it then. Tomorrow I'll think of some way to get him back after all. tomorrow is another day.